let's begin by making our way back over to Shadowbringers. And we will go ahead and speak with Brukivu. So, let's get this process started by speaking with Brukivu to take on the level 90 quest to unlock the job quest in Dawntrail entitled Uncouth Customers. Brukivu has an urgent job for a courageous soul. Mathia, I was wondering would you be along. Not a moment too soon either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing and there's no one else I'd entrust with it. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Alright. Take a seat at the indicated table, which is right over here. So as we chill out for a while. Have a seat, big man. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Brukivu, proprietor of Shadowbringers. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Tyrol and sometimes further come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Oh, that's so, huh? Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul. How foul was it? And who was sitting there? It's time for a flashback that does not require the echo. I thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. So sitting at this table are 4 people plus a mammoth. Or 5 people, actually. Yeah, sometimes the camera can play tricks on you. As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. And so, I am... Welcome, welcome, what will you be having? Yeah, she raised her hand and that convinced the waitress to say, okay, you're picking up some food here. Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. Like, alright, very well. Yeah, all in due time there, waitress. Now then, where was I? Oh yes, I am Apyahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secret and villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. And yeah, they're like, what? Huh. Villains do not call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason. To throw the world into a mire of chaos, and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who have dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. Yeah, why is the waitress not intervening? A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in so doing, we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black! While it's raining. Yeah, you are dour, aren't you? You may even make it rain. Ah, but sometimes skies can become treacherous with clouds and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here? To look for it? Yeah, what are you doing here, Mr. Dragoon with the Garuda armor that you got from Idleshire, clearly? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration, known only by a hero! But you're supposed to be a villain. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tyrol. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. Yeah, all of a sudden, everyone's interest is piqued. Did you say artifacts? Oh, I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. My imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yeah, look how happy she is. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tyrol continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories the people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contains the essence of fearsome beasts called Tyrol Vidrol, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects to ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. And so now that we've established that, I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. And thus the seeds were sown. And this set of 6 moved forward. And walked right off. Yeah, we're taking a rain check quite literally. They didn't order a single thing. Nope. They did not. And that brings us back to present day. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? They might lack discretion, but they seem formidable nonetheless. Or, they left without ordering anything. Villainous indeed. Yeah, some patrons they turned out to be. And yeah, they certainly weren't shy about what their intentions were they? Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Oh jeez. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then came another with the same story, then another, and so on. In other words, by the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost. But being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Well, you found the right man. Now, I know you've business in Tyrol, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place. But if you could take the time to heal Ral Marjoun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. Yeah, we remember you. I need to... Tell me there's some water left here from the melted ice. Yeah, my throat's running on empty right now. Alright, Ral Marjoun, let's speak with you. And right back to cutscene.
Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable.
Which brings us to now.
Greetings, Ral Marjoun. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? A nuisance? Why, perish the thoughts. You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaunted Mathia has agreed to aid the search. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship.
Or just use an aetheryte.
But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliolal in search of aid.
Let's see who we've got.
Lozanweki there comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when the times are darkest.
So this is our tank representative.
The heirloom that Nipin must recover affects terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect.
So, obviously, this is where the healer comes in.
The search for Shashepa's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim.
And so as a dragoon, this is who I would be speaking with.
And lastly, there is Suhe, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, aside from the fact that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery.
So yeah, that's the mage DPS representative over here. Meaning that your representative is ranged.
Aren't you forgetting someone, Rahul Jha? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Rahul Jha hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of his village's treasure. Did I get that right?
Well... I've really got to get an ice cube down. Oh. I am so sorry about this, guys. Yeah, once I'm out of the cutscene, I'll need to reload on water. Alright, let's try and keep going on fumes.
Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Ral Marjoun. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of our brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Mathia.
Well, we'll do what we can.
Of course, I'll share all that I know on the matter. You need only ask. And know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those to whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Tyrol and maybe even further will be in your debt.
Well, thank you very much, Raul. And so with that, we'll accept our nearly 1 million experience points and 1,000 gil. You have gained access to the Royal Crest for Dawntrail. A separate questline and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. Speak with the people of Tyrol gathered in Jabali of Tai and assist them with recovering their stolen treasures. So obviously, since I'm on my Dragoon, I have that immediately available for melee DPS with Shashepa. But I will tell you guys that I have not been idle in the month or so before I started streaming. Before doing so, I have had Mathia getting leveled up in roulettes on other types of jobs. As it stands right now, Mathia currently has a level 100 Dancer, Red Mage, and White Mage. So I can do all three of those straight away once I've and I will do so once I've completed the main story. This is something I've done also with the other job quests of both Shadowbringers and Endwalker as well. Plus, also since I'll be leveling my tank alongside my Dragoon, I'll also be able to do those two as soon as I can. Of course, my main focus will be on Dragoon. And so, now that we have established that, what do you say we make our way over, as nighttime has fallen here in the New World, and get the job quest for melees underway. Let's go ahead and speak with Shashepa to take on the level 90 melee DPS quest entitled The Hunter and the Hunted. Shashepa seeks an adventurer who likes getting up close and personal.
Hello there. I've taken you spoken with Brukevu. Willing to lend a hand?
Indeed I am.
I am truly grateful. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Shashepa and I have traveled far from my village in the forests of Jacques Tural in search of a brave soul helping us to retrieve our stolen treasure. For generations have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the Swallowtail Tural Vidral is sealed. Before its ascension, the Swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of more threatening butterflies, poisonous ones, and the like through its skill at mimicry. So it survived day after day, summer after summer, until the dawn of its great new existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. This fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon, and any who possess it command the self-same abilities. Indeed, the wielder too may assume the form of any manner of beast or man they beheld. Yet this mimicry is not limited to merely physical forms. No, the wielder may replicate the talents and abilities of their target, so long as such actions fall within their ken, that is. In an instant, they may become a master of the hunt, a twin-blade wielding viper, or a savage brax with claws and fangs to gut whomsoever they please. It is this power which has protected my village from the predators of the forest. For though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By donning the skins of its most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. Without the cocoon, my village's very survival is at risk. That is why we have sent our foremost hunter, Aitoka, to ensure that it is reclaimed. She has never failed to capture her quarry, so I thought she would make short work of this ordeal. Yet there has been no word from her. I fear this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It is for that reason that I wish to enlist the aid of one familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, and one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with the bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before he fled, and said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Kugane, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east.
Or, in your case, a lot closer to you than you think, because it will be a lot closer to you going westward.
Please, for the sake of my home, set out for this eastern habitation and assist Itoka with retrieving the cocoon.
Leave it to me, or as long as you're willing to cover my teleportation expenses. Yeah, I don't roll like that.
Your willingness to aid is most reassuring. You have my heartfelt thanks. Upon arriving in the eastern land, search for a Vieira woman carrying a bow and dressed in similar attire to myself. If you visit a tavern like this one, I dare say you may find someone who has seen her.
Then leave it to me. So we're gonna go east by going west. So, for the first time since Stormblood, let's head off to Kugane, and in my case, finally use one of these 10 teleport Aetheryte tickets that I've been holding on to for a long time, but it's finally time I used one. Well, on this night here in Kugane, it is pouring rain. So we have to go over to the Shiokaze Hostelry. Something forest. Yeah, is it Eroit? Like it is in Final Fantasy XII? Alright, let's start speaking with people, beginning with Haboku.
A Ras from Troll deposit. Sorry, can't help you. That reminds me though, I heard Troll has its own local variety of spirits called Mezcal. Been meaning to taste it myself for an age now, but you've no idea how hard it is to get one hands on a bottle of it here.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now let's speak to a man whose name is totally not in the manner of a curse word. Shitan.
Welcome to the Shiokaze Hostelry. How may I serve you?
Well, can you help us out to find someone?
You're searching for someone. As a matter of fact, I do distinctly remember seeing a Vieira woman of that description earlier, but I'm afraid I could not tell you where she may be now.
Alright. Yeah. Pleasing what? I always have to use that joke whenever that word is in combination with something that's absolutely innocent. And now finally let's speak with Hayataka.
A Vieira woman bearing a bow? Why yes, I do recall such a person. It was hard not to notice her really, given how she was peering at every little thing. If she came from the distant lands to the rest, no doubt Kugane is quite the unusual sight for her. With any luck, she'll still be where I saw her, in the vicinity of the Seike Tsugumi barracks.
She's not being arrested, is she? Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. And if so, we better save her before it's too late. Alright, off to the barracks it is. As we find an Itoka-esque woman. Yeah, a Vieira carrying a bow. This has to be her.
This city is simply too large for me to cover alone. Perhaps it's time I returned home.
Hello there. Yeah. Are you Itoka, or I've come to aid your search? Yeah. I've come to help you, young lady. What, you doubt me?
Oh, is that right? I'm grateful, but why?
Yeah, I don't think she trusts me. Yeah, you saw by the way she was looking away?
I see. Shashaper always was a worrywart. Won't I deny I appreciate the help though. Ascertaining the whereabouts of the cocoon has been no easy task. I managed to secure room and board in this lodging after arriving in Kuragane, and I've been using it as a base to track down the thief ever since. I'll tell you all I know. According to an eyewitness from my village, the thief is a middle-aged Huron male. That's all we have to go on regarding his appearance. Yet so long as he possesses the cocoon, he can be anyone and anything. An elderly woman traipsing along the street, a caught child throwing a ball, mayhap even the dog chasing after it. Truth be told, I was nigh at wit's end trying to find him. That is until I discovered that a series of unusual squabbles had been occurring around the city. After investigating these incidents, I found one commonality. The instigator in each case invariably had no recollection of the incident, let alone of inciting it. What's more, eerie accounts have begun to circulate amongst the residents. Some folk claim that they've somehow been in two places at once.
That is one powerful move.
Based on all this, I believe the thief's been using the Dreamweave cocoon to transform into innocence and spread discord throughout the city. Stands to reason we can find him by following the trail of chaos left in his wake. And yet, even should we apprehend him, in whatever form he's hidden himself within, there's nothing to stop him from feigning ignorance. Besides the secret remedy, of course, the recipe for an elixir which can forcibly remove the cocoon's enchantment has been passed down to my village for emergencies like this. I made sure to prepare a few vials before making the voyage here. I simply need to throw the solution at the suspect, and the cocoon's weave of mimicry will unfold on the spot. That covers everything. Now, what say we see if there's any trouble afoot? The thief will undoubtedly be not far from it. Let me know when you're ready. We'll catch him together.
Alright. Yeah, something tells me we're going all the way back to 1967 and the British puppet sci-fi show Captain Scarlet. I think we have some Mysterons on our hands. So now that we've spoken with Itoka, let's get on with it.
Ready to set off then? Perfect. I say we begin our search with the markets. I recall a great number of people gathering in the Rakusa district, I believe it was called.
Itoka is now accompanying you. So let's go ahead and look for a person of interest. So yeah, she said Rakusa district, so that's right over here. And here's a point of interest. Let's look around. Yeah, not easy to find people in the driving rain. Look, you thieving Holston! I told you this isn't enough! Yeah, sounds like we do have a problem somewhere. Don't slip and fall in the rain.
But sir, that cannot be right. I'm sure I gave you your change in full.
Enough! Hand over my money or I'll take it by force! Yeah, the customer is suspicious and so is the clerk, but yeah, let's keep watching and see how this unfolds.
But isn't it obvious? No one gets so worked up over a handful of coins unless they're looking for trouble. Reveal yourself, villain!
And just like that. Yeah. Have you been speaking with Inspector Briarden and helping yourself to some demasking dust?
What in the blazes do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry. Very, very sorry. Oh dear. 1,000 apologies, sir. I gravely miscalculated your change. I will return to you what you owed immediately. I beg your forgiveness.
Yeah, that went over well. I think she's underestimating how many people would die for a nickel. Like Mr. Krabs, perhaps? But even with inflation, a nickel wouldn't cut it.
I apologize for the disturbance. How dreadfully embarrassing. Well, a hunter doesn't quit after a single arrow misses its mark. Best not dwell on what's done, instead focus on our next course of action. Let's see how things fare on Kogane Dori.
Better than nothing, right? You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Alright, over to Kogane Dori. Well, our fortunes change over there. Over to point of interest number 2. So as we look around...
Oh, cut your down while you stand, you lecherous knocks!
Yeah, that definitely sounded dangerous. So what's going on? Yeah, a sword is being wielded against this guy. And yeah, and all of a sudden the crowd is gathering, including us.
What is going on here? The big broke yonder allegedly laid his hands on that grizzled ferret's woman. Afraid this may come to brawls. Come here, sir, man. I have not done what she claims. You dare add insult to injury by calling her a liar? Ignore him! I told you that pig did fire me! Cut him down this instant! There is no truth to her words. Wherefore does she spout such rubbish?
Yeah, are we in a Me Too situation?
Come and give me strength! Cut the bloody brute down already! No rest in your head shall serve as penance for your crimes. Very well. Let my prey prove my innocence.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's her, right?
Yeah, you saw that sneer, didn't you? Yeah, it's time for more of Briarden's Demasking Dust. Ta-da! This time we were successful. And yeah, thankfully the bag of Demasking Dust was kept dry enough to blow his cover. Was that really necessary? No matter, I was growing wary of this petty farce. It's time I moved on to bigger and better things. Which is why he has this. And thus the Mr. On is flying away, turning himself into an eagle.
Oh no, you don't!
Yeah, here's where you show off your archery prowess there, Itoka. Yeah, look at the burn in her eyes. She's ready to shoot him down. And... ah. Yeah, it almost ends up hitting an Amazu. Did she lose her grip in the rain? Yeah, and right back to munching on his onigiri. And then making a break for it. Yeah, he's flying away out of here. Hopefully we never see him again, but I highly doubt that'll happen.
How odd. My bow is more out of tune than I realized.
Or maybe your grip was just wet in the rain. Oh well, better luck next time. Yeah, and even the Seki Sugumi are showing up, and yeah, apparently we have a real person who was in distress.
Is it really you? Oh, thank the Kami yourself.
Well, at least that problem was rectified, but yeah, now we got an answer to these guys.
I found her lying unconscious in a nearby alleyway. She could only vaguely be called being attacked from behind before losing consciousness. So the villain knocked her out before assuming her visage and employed to deceive her husband. I fell for the deception like a complete and utter fool. I do not even know how to begin to make amends. There are no amends to be made. You simply acted as any husband would. Due to your involvement, this matter was resolved without bloodshed. The Seki Sugumi thank you.
Well, we can order up to that demasking dust.
It is regrettable, however, that the villain managed to escape. A criminal who can change her shape at will is exceedingly dangerous. Know that the Seki Sugumi will alert the populace to this menace, and we remain vigilant for any suspicious activity in the city.
And everyone appreciates the gratitude. Yeah, now you can all make up and go get something from the hostelry or whatever.
Let us return to my lodgings. I'd like to go over where we stand with our elusive quarry.
Alright. So as the rain continues to pour down, let's go and meet where Ayatoka is located. And that'll be over closer to the Aetherite Plaza. Yeah, it should be right over here. So yeah, this is actually where we first found her.
As predicted, the thief has been using the cocoon's power of mimicry to incite conflict around the city. What he hopes to accomplish by doing so, however, is still unclear. And so long as he has this power, our sole means of tracking him remains the havoc left in his wake. A trying trail for any hunter, but I'm heartened to have a warrior like you beside me as I tread it. We'll catch him together, and when we do, we'll mete out the justice he deserves, Mathia.
And so let's hope we can get it done. So we'll take our nearly million experience points and 2,000 gil for completing the level 90 quest. And of course, since we're already at level 92, we might as well just move right on to the next one. Let's speak with Ayatoka again to take on the level 92 melee DPS quest for Dawntrail entitled A Sea of Blood. Ayatoka is eager to continue the hunt.
Good to see you, Mathia. For better or worse, I haven't heard about any unusual incidents in Kugane since our last altercation with the thief. There may be a reason for that. Do you remember when he claimed he was moving on to bigger and better things? If we're to catch him, we may have to expand the scope of our search beyond Kugane. Yeah, he traveled all the way from Tyrol to this eastern land for a reason, and I can't imagine he'd go too far. Do you know of any other settlements nearby?
Yeah, we could look to the Ruby Sea, because it's dotted with settlements. No less than 4 of them.
People live out in those waters? But they're so vast, where will we even begin?
Well, let me tell you.
Ah, so the Wakufu has an outpost at the Ruby Price? That sounds like the perfect place to start. Let us make our way there and avail ourselves of the soldiers in town. If anything out of the ordinary has occurred, no doubt they'll be aware of it. Shall we?
We shall. And since the Seki Sugumi barracks are conveniently located close by, we might as well use these to warp on out to the Ruby Sea Aetherite. Where even though the rain isn't really in effect, apparently there's lightning in the area. And there it is right there. Hi there, Ikaruga.
Well, this is unexpected. What brings you to the ruby price?
We need to tell you something very important.
Disputes? Strange you should ask. Not even a moon ago, the waters of the Ruby Sea were poised to turn a sanguinary shade.
How so? Yeah, it's appropriate of the thunder in the background.
Please tell us everything. A Confederate skiff approached the Ruby Price without authorization, and its occupant began hurling insult after insult in an obvious attempt to provoke us. We did not succumb to their provocations, however. After warning the vessel we'd fire if they drew in closer, they withdrew without a word. However, should they attempt to provoke us again, we will not display the same levels of restraint. And the roar of our cannon shall signal their comrades to rally to full force. The waters will flow red, of that there can be no doubts. Tensions run high, not like this has ever occurred.
I see. Thank you for the information. Might we speak privately?
Yeah, of course. After I get an ice cube down my throat. And there we go.
Based on the testimony just now, I gather there's an agreement in these waters that the Confederates are not to draw near the Ruby Price, guarded as it is by Baku for centuries. If that's the case, then as the soldier stated, I can only conclude that the vessel earlier was attempting to incite a dispute between the two factions. Which fits the modus operandi of our quarterly, what do you say? Perhaps it was he who sailed here under the banner of the Confederates. Whatever the case may be, we have nothing but conjecture. We'll need solid evidence before we can alert the soldiers here to this threat. I doubt they'll heed our warnings otherwise. First, we need to verify if any members of the Confederacy actually approached the Ruby Price. Do you know where the base of operations can be found?
Indeed I do. Let me tell ya, thanks to Corinne's intel, we're going that direction.
Sakazuki. Looks like it would be fastest for us to swim there.
Or in my case, fly. Oh wait, I'm not in appropriate attire for swimming. What am I doing? So yeah, apparently I swam all the way over here in my street clothes. And still being soaking wet, we might as well come on over here to speak with some of the Confederates. Starting with Shihioji. And yeah, there are storms in game. There's also now a storm outside my apartment. I hope that the power doesn't go out while I'm getting to the end of this.
What? Absolutely not! Not one of my Confederate brothers and sisters would approach you will be priced without authorization. Those cowardly Bafukufu dogs must have concocted this baseless rumor to get a rise out of us.
Meanwhile, on the other side, up these stairs and at the watchtower, we have Hyun.
Hello? The soldiers at the Ruby Price said that today. Pardon my language, but that's a roll of shite. We have no interest in Hingen waters. If anything, I've seen those skiffs encroaching on our territory of late. If you ask me, they're the ones thirsty for blood.
Alright, so let's speak with Ayatoka, who's speaking with this Confederate. Hey there, we're back.
There you are, Mathia. Listen to what this person has to say. The situation is more grave than we thought.
I'm thankful you came and not a moment too soon. Captain Rasho ain't been acting himself, you see. Normally where he goes, Tansui goes, but not today. He showed up just earlier by his lonesome and ordered us to gather as many heads as able to join him on the Irabeko to attend to some pressing business. Normally, I'd oblige the captain without a moment's hesitation, but I had a feeling something wasn't right. So I asked him what manner of business. We're going to set the Ruby Price ablaze, he says. The bloody Ruby Price! Tried speaking some sense into him, but he won't have a mind to listen. walked off saying he has no need of craven bastards like me. Look, I don't know what's gotten into the captain, but it can't be anything good. Please go to the Isle of Beko and stop him and consider him enemy comrades before it's too late.
Yeah. Combat may be acquired.
This rush or acting strangely can't be a coincidence. We need to get to that island and quickly. Do you know the way?
I do.
Got it. We've not a moment to waste.
And thank you for helping us out. So yeah, if combat is necessary, and I'm so used to doing things the old-fashioned way, let's go north. Yeah, maybe the start of a new day, but lightning is still striking in the area, and I don't want to get struck down. Especially while I'm in the middle of flying, with a giant lightning rod on my back. Yeah, that's something we definitely don't want to have happen. Because I'm a sitting duck otherwise.
I hear voices. Seems they've gathered up ahead.
Oh, come on, Thor. Just hang in there a little longer. Just hang in there a little longer. There's not much left.
Those scum think that they can encroach on our territory and get away with it. I'll be damned if we let them. Tonight we lay siege to the ruby price and seize it for ourselves.
But are you sure? If we do this, we won't be just starting a battle. We'll be starting a war. You've been acting strange, Captain. What's gotten into you?
Yeah, everyone knows what's going on here. That something's not right.
Silence! I didn't ask for your bloody opinion.
Those lion dogs claimed it was us breaching the agreement. I'd say we give the bastards what they deserve.
And no one objects to this? Well, we object to this. Hello again, Rashomon.
You're not welcome here. Be gone if you value your lives.
We shall do no such thing. You're a terrible actor. And to prove it, here comes more of Briarden's demasking dust. Yeah, get shrunk down to size.
You saw through my disguise once again. Don't tell me you count even a pirate captain among your acquaintances.
Indeed I do. Also, my face looks pretty good in this light.
What are you trying to accomplish? Why incite such conflict wherever you go?
Why? Sorry to disappoint you, but contrary to the passage of the Unbound's prattling about freeing the world from the tyranny of government, I have no grand designs. I merely wish for everyone to show their true faces. Folk love to put on airs of sophistication and virtue, but push them towards the edge, and they must slip off to reveal the monsters underneath. They'll go for their neighbor's jugular to save their own skin. You've seen it for yourselves. It's quite the spectacle.
Yeah, which is why he's whipping this out again. Yeah, he's summoning the Hawkmoth power to turn into a hawk again. Alright, Itoka, here's your chance at redemption. And this time she shot too high. And once again, Namazu almost got caught in the crossfire again.
Damn it! The winds are too strong!
Are you sure you're not getting freaked out by the thunder? Yeah, I mean, I get there's thunder on the horizon all, but are you sure it's not distracting you?
A man of 1,000 faces is a true menace indeed. We'll return to Onokoro forthwith to alert the captain. Rest assured the Confederacy will be keeping a close watch over the Ruby Sea. I didn't think for a moment he was the imposter, and the lies he spouted about the Bakufu soldiers were enough to make my blood boil. To think what would have happened if you not been here to stop us. Kami bless you.
Yeah, get on out of here quickly.
All he wants is to expose people's so-called true faces? That he would use the cocoon for such a petty cause? Unthinkable. Let us return to Kugane for the time being.
Alright. Yeah, this rain and this thunder has not been friendly to you, Miss Aitoka, so let's get on back to Kugane. Alright, let's go ahead and speak with Aitoka to complete this quest for this evening.
Damn it all! I can't believe a bastard like that! Forgive me. I find myself more disgusted with that villain each time we see him. And to think all of this is driven by small-minded spite! From what I could gauge, he didn't fly towards Kugane during his escape. I believe he seeks a new settlement to terrorize. Now that the Confederacy and I are acquainted, I'll see if they can't tell me what's sniffing out his roost. No doubt where there's smoke, he'll be there stoking the fire. And I suppose I'll use this period to turn to my bow. Next time, my arrow will fly true.
I'll hold you to that. So we will take our 1,020,000 experience points and 1,000 gil for completing this quest. And with that, I'm at level 93. Yeah, and it turns out I can go again. Yeah, I actually would have thought my next quest was at 94, but nope, they say I can take another round, but we're going to leave that for another time. It's not the right time for me to do so, and the stream is at 3.5 hours, and my throat is getting in a pretty bad state at this point, because yeah, I've been pretty much out of water now for a solid hour, and having to deal on ice cube fumes to try and push me through, but we will go ahead and bring things to a close here for this evening, and it's certainly been quite a long night. I won't bother with trying to raid anyone this evening, but I hope that I will see you guys again tomorrow night, because I will be back here again at 7 PM Eastern, and we will try and see if we can get another few hours in. So, during tomorrow, I will show you guys... during tomorrow, I will make my way back over to Eorzea to unlock the 2 new jobs that are available here in Dawntrail. Those being the Viper and the Pictomancer, and then we'll get back on to the main story, because we still have a feat of pots to complete and another keystone for Wu Klamat to collect. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail live here on Twitch. See you back here tomorrow, once again at 7 PM Eastern, as we continue on the side journeys before getting back to the main events. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.